Welcome in, my fellow horror enthusiasts. Ayo, this week officially kicks off our spooky season, and while I'm in the process of making more Stranger Things videos, I did think we'd sprinkle in some of my favorite Halloween time movies into the mix. I want to focus strictly on Halloween theme specials that hold a special spot near and dear to my heart. We're going to cover movies or specials ranging from the eerie, yet still family friendly, all the way to the truly haunting and grotesque. Today, I thought I'd pick something a bit obscure that I think a good chunk of you may remember for better or for worse. I mean, where else can you get Emily Osment from Hannah Montana playing a goth girl, and Tobin Bell from the Saw series playing a creepy bookstore owner in the same movie? That's right, we are discussing R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour. Don't think about it. You may be wondering, why should I add this gem to my Halloween watch list? And let me break it down for you. First off, it's a film that truly encapsulates the spirit of Halloween. Nothing says spooky season like a low-budget horror flick that makes you question your choice in the movies that you're currently watching. In R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour, don't think about it. The cast of characters are truly a masterclass in 2000s teen acting. You know, the kind of performance where every line delivery feels like it's trying to win a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award, but with just a hint of existential dread. First, we have Cassie, the brave but extremely dramatic protagonist who somehow manages to look like she stepped out of a Hot Topic catalog. In full disclosure, when I was young, I had the biggest crush on Cassie, and I would like to thank the Hex Girls, Shigo, and Gwen, just to name a few, for awakening my love for fictional gothic women. Moving on. Then we have Max, her little brother who really wants to connect with Cassie, but homegirl is fuming about the fact that she had to move to a new state from her hometown, and she is consistently taking out her frustrations out on poor little Max. Although sometimes Max can be a little shit. Cassie's angst about moving from her hometown and not fitting in at school are the catalyst to why she is chosen by the spooky shop owner, aka Tobin Bell, to be the person who is given the book, which apparently happens every year to a new kid, which makes you wonder why you don't see like crazy monster stories popping up on the news every year. But again, I'm not supposed to think about it. The movie title tells me that, so. The criteria for being chosen is by being somebody who loves scaring the shit out of other people. In this case, Cassie gets her kicks by tormenting Max, as well as residential mean girl Priscilla. Like when Cassie fills the prom queen pinata with roaches because she knows Priscilla is gonna win, and Cassie hates people and loves tormenting them. But to be fair, I'm mainly with Cassie on this. Enter Sean, the charming, yet effortlessly bland love interest who cannot decide if he's there to save the day or serve as a walking metaphor for, I'm a Ken doll, you can trust me. And finally, Priscilla, the previously mentioned girl who somehow manages to make every situation worse, whether she's unknowingly triggering some otherworldly force or just being, well, Priscilla. It's like they took a bunch of archetypes, threw them in a blender, and came up with the perfect ensemble for a horror movie where the real tear is how much you green. And I love it. Even as a kid, I enjoyed the campiness and the cheese that came along with The Haunting Hour. And now as a grown man, I still really enjoy this beyond mediocre film. Can I call it a film? I'm calling it a film, okay? It is peak cinema. R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour, don't think about it, is a chilling yet oddly nostalgic journey into the realm of don't ask too many questions horror. I mean, it's literally called Don't Think About It. The plot centers around Cassie, a teenage girl who reluctantly moves to a new town with her family and stumbles upon a supernatural book from the world's creepiest pop-up shop owned by Tobin Bell. You see, the vintage Spirit Halloween is not a true bookstore, but rather a spiritual plane that Tobin Bell opens up each Halloween in order to find his victim, which is typically somebody who loves scaring the shit out of other people. And he gets them to buy the book, which is typically the only book in the entire store. The only words on the front page serve as a literal warning, as it says not to read aloud. Naturally, she ignores the sage advice. Because what's a supernatural tale without a protagonist making the worst possible decisions? And again, I'm here for it. Cassie unwittingly unleashes a creepy, thought manifesting creature, and suddenly, the real fear putting your friends and family in harm's way due to you wanting to just scare people, in particular your little brother, really starts coming to life. And because it's a kid's horror movie, she has to drag her conveniently clueless little brother Max into the mess, who, like any rational child, is entirely horrified by the rapidly growing nightmare around him. Quick side note, a catalyst for Cassie reading the book aloud, which is the only trigger for summoning the monster, is to scare Max because he unplugged her computer while she was working on a class essay, making her lose all of her work. Max does this because Cassie doesn't really want to spend time with him and just wants Cassie to read him a spooky story or even just tuck him in, it seems. So because of that, Max unplugs the computer, which is ultimately the catalyst of Cassie reading Don't Think About It. And she reads this out loud to Max. You know, the entire warning on the book, it's fine, don't think about it. I also mentioned this because I had to actually rewrite this entire script as I was about to hit save on my WordPad. Our apartment complex had an outage where my building was the only one affected in the entire complex. Now, I have not been visited by Tobin Bell at any creepy bookstore lately, but perhaps I did tap into some kind of power that was just to keep me away. But luckily, I think this is a better script anyway. Moving on. I recommend this not mainly because of the plot, but because of the feels and the aesthetics of the film. This emo, misunderstood new kid vibe was hella relatable to me back then, as my playlist was full of My Chemical Romance, but being honest here, this film's soundtrack still slaps, and really helps this movie hold up, making it possible for me to recommend.
Come sit down, there's plenty of room. There's room for you right here next to me, here by my side. There's nothing that you should have.
Before moving on, I also have to give credit to all the supporting actors in the film, mainly the parents of Cassie and Max. Everyone seems pretty organic yet over the top, which is a perfect mix for me. Great mid-2000s music, awesome Halloween vibes throughout, with a pretty chilling, at times, atmosphere, layered with some actually decent acting, makes Don't Think About It and makes an instant fall time hit for me, but I'm sure it's not for everybody, and it's all good. That's what art is. It's just really tough to not have a soft spot in your heart for anything R.L. Stine, you know? And speaking of the supernatural elements, let's discuss the haunting in The Haunting Hour. The scares are about as intense as a gentle breeze on a summer day. Luckily, this is not meant to be a scream fest, but a schlocky fun Halloween time with classic R.L. Stine writing mixed in. So don't expect to have any nipple chills, but if you're in the mood for a spooky movie that could double as a mushroom trip, then congratulations, you found it. And yes, nothing screams Halloween quite like subpar CGI and jump scares that you could see coming from a mile away. Again, I love it. Alright, and let's not forget about the resolution. Spoiler alert if you guys actually care. But they face their fears and everything works out perfectly. End video. Alright, but seriously, they face their fears because nothing says Halloween like a moral that can be summed up in a fortune cookie. Face your fears and just don't think about it. Truly profound. I don't know why I'm being such a dick to a movie that I really love, but I guess that's old man cynicism knocking at my door. I can't recommend a film properly without also going over its issues. However, this is a rare film where its issues are also kind of a high point for me. The only blood you're gonna see is the blood used to fight the two-headed monster, which sounds pretty metal, only that the blood that they use comes straight from a pot roast that Cassie's parents left out for her to put in the oven. But hey, it's a straight-to-TV movie made by R.L. Stine, so I'll take any blood that I can get. I'm giving The Haunting Hour, Don't Think About It, 3 pumpkin heads out of 5 as my rating. A 3 is actually really damn good considering everything we've covered, but I promise you, if you haven't seen The Haunting Hour, don't think about it, and you're craving a more lighthearted Halloween flick, I think this is a great way to start off spooky month. Just remember, when you're watching it, enjoy it, but don't think about it. See you guys in the next video, my spooky family, and yes, the Byler video is coming, and I'm so glad to see the positivity for it in my comments. It means the world if you guys keep liking, subscribing, sharing the video, and just go ahead and leave any comments of how you guys feel about the series, about Don't Think About It, or the channel in general. Again, The Haunting Hour, Don't Think About It, is really a classic I hold close to my heart. I feel like a lot of people haven't seen it, and again, that may be better for worse, but for me, it's an instant classic that I'm gonna recommend, and I will see you guys.
I'll be the one with the chocolate.